Alright, Sag, hello and welcome to the Mother Tressa channel. If you're already familiar with my space, welcome back. If you are new to this channel, welcome in. We're here to embrace you as you are, so feel free to come as you are, and I just hope that you leave better than you came. Look, y'all just want to get straight to the point, so let's do that. What you guys have as the overlying energy is the Queen of Wands. The cruise that hounds you guys is the Knight of Wands. Sorry if it won't focus. What's real about the situation? You guys have the Seven of Swords. What's wrong about the situation? Ooh, the High Priestess. Come on, focus. There we go. Where you guys need more information. Too many cards. Absolutely not. Y'all always trying to learn something. Where you need more information, you guys have the Six of Wands. And then final outcome card for you Sagittarius is the Knight of Cups. Look at that. So at this time, the energy, it starts off hot and heavy, right? Very excitable energy, very impulsive energy as well, but it completely dynamic. You guys are just feeling extremely creative, but maybe misguided as far as where you can put that energy, right? That sacral chakra activation that makes you just want to go out, you know what I mean? Go all out. And if that's releasing by way of, sex, if that's releasing by way of a creative pursuit, if that's releasing by way of your own temper and aggression and just shouting and or yelling, if that's releasing by way of doing something that releases dopamine in your brain, right, and gets that adrenaline pumping. So doing things like, I know it's colder here in Texas, but like roller coasters, or just doing something exhilarating like that here. That's the energy that you guys are walking into. Some of you guys, you are really attractive at this time. People find themselves just extremely drawn to you, but what's drawn to you here is this Knight of Wands energy. So this is younger energy, immature energy. Again, like I was saying, misguided, like the playboy types, or just the young ladies that if you were to be with, you definitely would have to groom in a sense, because overlying energy is the Queen of Wands. This is the most mature as far as like court cards, I guess you can say, the Queen and the King. So, and being that we are comprised of both female and male aspects within ourselves, right, that very yin-yang principle lies within us. This can be for anybody that is watching this channel, but you would have to groom this person because they're just more of like a wild child here, or very impressionable here. That's what's real about the situation. Also with the Seven of Swords, there's something going on with a particular relationship that may not have gotten off of the ground. So maybe you feel like the people that you're involving yourself with, they can't handle you, but rightfully so. They don't have the tools, right? They're not equipped to, being that they are only coming in with this Knight of Wands energy, or you can't handle yourself, and like your tongue gets in the way of you solidifying certain partnerships. Your ego or your pride is what stops you from being able to have success in this area of your life here. Seven of Swords is all about things that are more contractual and or long-term in nature. So any business partnerships that you've had, as far as your potential career, right? Because before the Seven, you have the Six, which is all about the dead-end jobs that you have to work, like the part-time or full-time jobs that you have to work to get where you need to be, so that you can do actually what it is that you desire to here, or what you were called to do, if you will. With this High Priestess and the what's wrong position, a lot of you guys are You're moving so fast and so far ahead of yourself without giving yourself the appropriate time to think about where you're headed or where you're going and or what you're doing. And so you're missing your calling if we are still talking about creative pursuits and your career here with this Seven of Swords. You'll do anything to escape or run away from with this Knight of Wands energy, because again, this is fleeting energy, right? It comes in but it comes out. So you'll do anything to run away from the current situations that you perceive to be a blockage in your life, or where you feel that you are most stagnant in your life. Once that thrill again is gone with this Knight of Wands energy, it's like you're ready to move on to the next experience. You're like chasing that high, if you will, in terms of career. So you'll start off doing one thing, you'll be in it for a couple of months, then you'll see like, oh no, this isn't meant for me. But instead of giving yourself time to look at what your strengths and weaknesses are and refine those strengths that you have and develop, if you can, the weaknesses that you have through the jobs that you're applying for, so that you can better be prepared for what you're actually meant to do. You bypass that whole reflective period altogether, which is where you end, right? At the end of the day. Bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. So you're needing to bring a little bit more structure in your life, because I feel like a lot of you guys are definitely disoriented at this time with all of this energy that's here. You do a lot of things for the joy that it brings you, but especially in terms of like career, you're not going to feel happy about what you're doing every single day. Like, yes, the part of finding your purpose is that it gives you a reason to get out of bed, right? You wake up excited to contribute, if you will, to the bigger picture, because where you need more information, you have the Six of Wands. But at the end of the day, with the sixes and that number corresponding to Virgo's house, you have to look at the details, right? Virgos are all about being the critics, all about being the perfectionists. They're very thorough in the work that they do, you know? They will check and they will recheck their work just to make sure that if there are any mistakes, they can catch them. You know what I mean? So that's what that sign is concerned with. So you're needing to embody, with this Wands energy, more of those attributes. Again, that will help you be more structured and more organized, especially in thought, but also in action when you do act. So it's not just like loose cannon and you just not really having a true direction or a true reason for what it is that you're doing, okay? So that's what you have to look at with this Six of Wands energy. Some of you guys, because this is in the where you need more information position, some of you guys are being a little bit too modest here. So it's like you dumb yourselves down in a sense, right? You're coming in with this Queen of Wands energy, but the curse that hounds you, if this is nobody that you're dealing with here, then this is just internally with yourself. This is who you truly are. This is what you show the world here. So you like minimize your talents, you minimize your skills and your abilities, you minimize just how of a driving force you are for the sake of other people, maybe to just get along well with other people and to be accepted, because with this Swords energy you can start talking about like societal norms and expectations, right? And as far as like the algorithms that already exist, just trying to comply, there we go, trying to comply and or conform to certain systems and structures, because that's just the way it is right now. So you're kind of having to play the game as it is. Sure, but at the same time that's detriment to you, because there's still all of that untapped potential then that's still left in a reserved, and if you're not going to use it, you're going to lose it, right? It's going to spoil. So that is a disservice to the self, which is also what Virgo's energy talks about. How you can be of service to the bigger picture, to the community at large, but how you can be of service to yourself. Some of you guys might be having some health problems also, which is coming through with the Six of Wands. And because it's red energy, I want to say it's like cardiac health or something with like anxiety here. Definitely some triggers that are coming through for you Sagittarians right now that has to be confronted, accepted, and healed. So this is pouring salt on the wounds is what I'm hearing, whatever wounds that you may have here, but without being so hard on yourself with the Six of Wands energy. Again, because the Virgos are the critics, so you can be hypercritical of your persona and just the way that you behave. You know what I'm saying? Where you look at yourself in a very harsh light. And in a negative way, you talk down on yourself if you're not just already just playing small, playing smaller than your mark. It can just be that self-talk that you have to restructure and or rewire here with this King of Swords being at the bottom of the deck. Don't spend your time thinking about all the things that aren't going well and that aren't working, because again, that's going to divert your attention and that's going to waste a lot of your energy here. You are the Queen of Wands. Again, don't do things that divert your attention or waste your energy. But look at all the things that you actually got done in the day. You're not going to always be able to check everything off of your to-do list also. So that's where you have to bring in being a little bit more logical and or pragmatic with this King of Swords energy, and or intelligent as far as the way that you, I don't want to say like intelligent, but working smarter than harder in the ways that you plan your day, and maybe buying yourself a planner so that you can see each step, and that can help you along the way, where you're not keeping everything again in a certain reserve and then it spoils by way of the way that you behave and or act, vice versa, etc., whatever. Bringing a little bit more excitement to the things that you're doing so that they don't feel so monotonous, you know, so repetitive. If this is in matters of a relationship, I feel like there is a woman of interest definitely involved. Somebody might be seeking an oracle or visiting with another mystic, getting a personal reading done just to figure out the next best step they can take, right? The next best action for them. In order to find a resolution to whatever you may be going through in this relationship. Some of you guys aren't honoring your intuition enough, though. If there is another woman or another man involved with this Knight of Wands energy, or you know that the person that you're involving yourself with just isn't on your level, you know what I mean? They can't give you what you bring. They don't know how. Again, they don't have the resources. Or, again, they still have a lot of learning to do, right? And so this person's just naturally going to be inconsistent, or you're just attracting those types of types that don't have that respect for you with this Knight of Wands energy. They see you and there's that physical attraction and that chemistry there for sure, but beyond that, they don't know how to sustain it because that's just what they're accustomed to. That's what they like. They're just in it for the fun and the excitement. So some of you guys aren't honoring your intuition enough to know that, engage that, and to deem yourself worthy enough to move yourself away from that type of energy. Whatever's happening in terms of a relationship is going to be bittersweet, but I feel like you're definitely going to have to burn a bridge, because if it's not that situation, then very likely if you don't have another person that you're keeping hidden with this energy, then they do here, and it's just a matter of time before that is revealed. So you can save yourself the trouble with the Six of Wands energy by getting yourself out of that situation, escaping, which always comes through with like water energy, like Pisces. By escaping that situation, by having the upper hand, being strategic in the way that you can dissolve this, for lack of a better word, before you get hurt even more with the Six of Wands energy. As my mom used to always say, you should never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing, and vice versa. So once you feel like you have enough facts and enough proof to move on your decision, definitely do that. And don't feel sorry for this person, okay? Because if they actually had enough respect for you, they wouldn't put you in these types of compromising positions. So that's what's coming through, Sagittarius. If this reading resonated, give me a thumbs up. Share this with your friends and family. Subscribe if you haven't, and book with me should you need it. But if I don't hear from you, then just take care of yourself and soul until you hear from me again, okay? Ciao.